Everyone is talking about the Bitcoin crash. A couple of people are crying about it, others are laughing, and there are a couple of other people who are looking to take advantage of the current opportunities in the market. Volume is high, momentum is moving, but in this video, what I want to talk to you about is the past. Like, how could we have predicted this short on Bitcoin? Now today's Sunday, market's still moving. Bitcoin is currently up like 0.4% for the day, and it's actually starting to push towards the downside a little bit more again. Now, I'll go over what we would have done with our day trading system. On the right chart over here, we have the 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin. Over here, we have the 200 tick transactions. Each candle is being created after 200 transactions are formed, hence there is no time involved, but just transactions. As you can see here at the bottom, it says 10 minutes and 7 seconds, while here it says 108, 107, 108, 106, 105, and its countdown is going towards the downside. Nothing time-based. I want to use the prime trading system to show you what we would have done. Unfortunately, I was too busy with the course, so I didn't take part in this. And the easiest thing to do in the markets is to actually go into the past and say, look, I could have done this. But I'm using this video as an educational video to help you and our members in the community understand what you could have done or what we could have done if we were trading, because this market's going to come up again and show us these opportunities are going to present themselves either to the upside or to the downside. I want to tell you very quickly what is the easiest type of trades to find, okay? Because trading is a tough profession, very, very tough profession. Every day you need to figure out what way, or better said, every day you need to figure out how you're going to be making money or on what you're going to be making money. So creating a watch list and so forth for day trading is absolutely vital. Now, during the first couple of days of this month of December, we're still only on the 5th, I've actually managed to grab quite a few winners in the FX, indices and commodity markets using this very basic approach. We've got a bunch of custom indicators here and a bunch of custom indicators over here using the MACD as a momentum mover and as a momentum mover over here. So what I would like to show you is kick off with a 1 hour chart. Price action is literally the most important language that you need to understand, aside from English or whatever else language you might be communicating in. But if you learn and if you want to trade successfully, price action is the way to go. Now let's pay attention to these tops over here. We have price action creating a top, clearly rejecting that top. You can see that this market is red, clearly closing towards the downside. The green candles over here, so I'll just map this in so you see it. First resistance is formed right here. That level gets rejected, and then this level gets rejected again. So we have a triple top on the 1 hour chart. We see volume increasing over here, going right above the moving average of 13. Volume starts going down a little bit, and we see another rejection of this. Now, what do we know? At Prime Traders, what I teach people to do is to focus on the last current place of the market. So over here we have the low. The market creates a high right at the previous rejection level, and then we form a new low. And that new low is formed right there. It's very simple. Now, if I remove this, the first pullback in this down move occurs right there. This now forms us a resistance level. Well, this becomes a clear-cut support. So that's why I mapped this in here, and you can see price action slowly coming to that area, rejecting it, coming again to that area, rejecting it, closing, by the way, down here, full-on rejection candle. Now, what else is important? The MACD, even though the market's trying to push back up, the MACD can't really go above zero. So our momentum remains quite bearish. Now, when we take the current low and the recent high, and we draw this, the fibs, we see another thing that's really important for our entries, and anybody who is in the Prime Traders community knows this, that 54 is currently being rejected. And 54 continues to reject. We have a beautiful little trend line. We have a clear-cut crossover. Price action is going below the VWAP. The ATR is shooting towards the upside. Momentum is starting to increase. You don't have to grab this. You can always enter using the 200-tick chart. While on the 200-tick chart, we have clear bearish momentum. So we've already rejected the final level, which is that resistance towards the left. This here. Oh, that's not it. One sec. It's this one up here. Right there, that's the first resistance formed. So let's go back there again. Here we go. Zoom in. And there it is. So price action is rejecting this area, pushing towards the downside, and then we have a clear breakout of that same trend line, which I've drawn here. So any of these crossovers or a rejection of the VWAP, by the way, right there becomes opportunities to short. How long do you short for? That's a really good question, because you can trade in many, many different ways, okay? There's many ways to exit a trade. There's many ways to enter a trade. But the best way to enter a trade is to wait for those lower highs if you're short, to confirm those lower highs and get any kind of indicators or anything else you might be using as your backup confirmation. This market remains bearish, and we can see over here the 1 hour chart, and now I'm going to go down to the 5 minutes because that's more of what I use for any kind of executions. Here it is. That's the move. Check this out. There's the breakout. Now focus on this here. Let's focus on the volume of the 5 minute. Look at this here. You see this big red candle right there? Volume increases right at that level and the market starts shooting down. This now is a full-on valid confirmation. Volume spikes up, clear rejection of that level, the 54 fib by the way, and a previous resistance or the current resistance level, and the market crosses over. Everything is bearish, and the market, look how long it remains bearish. The ATR never really breaks right until this angle over here, maximizing that profit. So the market moved like crazy. But there is another thing that I need to mention, and that is the fact that over, I think it's 400 something thousand accounts were liquidated in the cryptocurrency markets, with over, I think, 2.6, $2.7 billion lost in just 24 hours. Now, when we say lost, that means somebody's earned it. You need to understand that, because the money that's lost doesn't just evaporate somewhere. When you're actually trading the markets, with your leverage and everything else, you're actually trading against someone else. And most people forget about that completely. The fact that 2 point something billion was lost means that somebody else won them. And who won that money? Somebody who was shorting this market and knew exactly where, when, until where to short. I hope this helps you a little bit. You can see that the market's shot down even more, and right now it's actually trying to form further bearish setups. You can see that the market's creating lower highs. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here, but that's a high, that's a lower high, and we're trying to form another lower high. So if that actually holds, we're still in a very bearish market. I wouldn't be executing this yet because the volume's still low. I'll wait for an uptick in volume, and I'll definitely wait for my 200 tick to give me a more solid confirmation, meaning I want the MACD to be below. By the way, we just released our day trading course where you can actually learn exactly how to trade like this and actually grab these kind of moves. The whole point is I wasn't at the charts at that moment I was recording the course. Anyway, hope this video helps. And yeah, I'm very excited to have you see our other videos. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and head over to primetraders.com if you're interested to learn more from us. Super. Have a great week.